Firearms are the leading cause of death for American children. Millions of kids live in homes with unlocked, loaded guns. We want to welcome our guest, Kristen Moldenhauer, chapter leader of Be Smart for Kids, to help teach parents and caregivers very simple steps to keep kids safe. And I'm shocked. I'm glad that you're here to have this conversation with us, because I'm stunned to learn that that is a leading cause of death. When we're saying millions, to the tune of exactly how many are we talking about here?
So we're talking about roughly 4.6 million children in America who are currently living in homes with unsecured firearms. So those are firearms that are accessible to those 4.6 million children.
That's insane to me. I mean, that's almost 5 million children with a population in America of, 300 so million people. But I mean, to not have your gun locked up and safe away from kids, you think it would be common sense.
Yes.
Why is this eluding so many gun owners not to keep their weapons safe?
That's a great question, and oftentimes I think it's confusion around maybe what is secure storage. And so in some people's minds, securing a firearm means putting it up high in a closet or putting it under a bed or in a bedside table, a bedside drawer. But what secure storage really truly should be is three things. A firearm should be locked, it should be unloaded, and the ammunition should be stored separately from the firearm in its separate locked box. Okay. That would be the proper definition of secure storage.
Yeah. So of the nearly 5 million children that you had mentioned, how many of these instances are we hearing on an annual basis?
Right, so we have about 360 or so children under the age of 18 per year who access an unsecured firearm and unintentionally harm themselves or someone else. So not meaning to pull the trigger, just having that access and unintentionally harming themselves or others.
And here's the other one: when you keep it in a glove compartment and you hear about these horrible, horrific, tragic stories of these kids who are left in the car. They go to open up the glove box, they see the gun, and then they shoot themselves.
Yes.
Just accidentally, obviously. But it's not enough for a parent to have to worry about their child and then to come back to your vehicle to find out that happened. Why are people storing it with kids in the car in such an easily accessible place?
Again, I think it's just, that mentality of this is not something that will happen to me or to my child, or maybe my child doesn't know it's in the glove box, or thinking that they won't look there.
Yeah.
But,
kids are curious, though,
absolutely.
if we know one thing about them.
Absolutely. All kids are curious, and kids know more than we think. And so I think, part of securing firearms in the home is also securing them in the vehicle.
And another statistic is this uptick in kids bringing firearms to school. Why are we seeing this? Where's the conversation not happening here?
It's not happening as it should be, and that's part of what we do in the community is we educate parents and caregivers on the need to secure firearms. I believe that culturally there are a lot of guns in America. There are, in fact, more guns than there are people in this country. And so, I think that it's so important to have those conversations regularly with your children about firearms and the dangers of, accessing firearms, and also to have those conversations with other parents. Because, even if we're securing firearms in our homes, you can't be sure about whether homes that children may visit, relatives or neighbors and so forth, are also securing their firearms.
That's true, and that's where Be Smart comes in. So tell us about some of the programs that you offer to educate gun owners on keeping their weapons safe.
Sure, so Be Smart is an absolutely nonpartisan, not political organization. It's strictly devoted to education for parents and caregivers of children. And so we do community events where we participate along with community partners. We give presentations at schools and church groups and anyone who will have us. We educate on what secure storage is. We educate on how to ask other parents about firearms in homes that children visit. We educate on secure storage in vehicles. We offer different options for secure firearm storage, and we also hand out free gun locks in the community.
Oh, you do? Oh, that's
do.
great to hear. So in between some of the events that you actually hold, is there a resource where people can just kind of organically visit to just learn a little bit more about, you know, how can they make those first simple steps today?
Exactly. So it's besmartforkids.org.
Okay.
Has a ton of resources readily available to review and to see how to securely store a firearm.
Is there one step in particular that is just one of the most important steps that families can take?
I would say for families who currently have unsecured firearms to today purchase some sort of method to secure those firearms, whether it be a biometric safe, which is the safest, which uses a fingerprint access, whether it just be a simple cable gun lock, just any way to secure that firearm so that we can be sure that a child in the home will not access it.
Okay, very good. And what was the website one more time?
besmartforkids.org.
Okay, wonderful. Kristen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate you taking the time.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back after this.